This is
Scrolling through forums a while ago, I stumbled on a discussion of whether LBRP makes you broke. One argument is that the right employs pentagrams of earth associated with all things material, including financial success. Another, that many occultniks obsessing over it actually romanticize the idea of being a noble brokie. Considering both, I decided to share my 2 cents and hopefully bring clarity. The short answer. The short answer is emphatically no. LBRP does not make you broke. Despite its pentagrams, the right does not work with Earth specifically. This is what SRP and GRP do, so LBRP's pentagrams stand for something different. The Earth element. Because Earth contains all elements, they represent general, unimportant work. The same applies to LRH's shapes or Saturn hexagrams. These rites work like a filter for practical magic. They are preliminaries before attuning the space, the current or the force's invocation, and the charge of intent. Thought forms and aspirations. Work plays a role, yet any success starts with a goal. And while habits and systems do the heavy lifting, goals are essential as map points and beacons of light. A change. A change requires reverse engineering an outcome so you can break it down into smaller milestones to pursue. With or without magic, this implies building thought forms in the face of goals and aspirations, and without those, there are really no systems. Unusually distant. When starting my practice, I followed the traditional method of emphasizing banishings, particularly LBRP. This period lasted a while, but didn't get me broke. On the contrary, my goals felt unusually distant, while my drive and motivation were severely mitigated. I also didn't advance my practice by delaying adopting various techniques which I really wanted to adopt actually. This was very uncommon as I always track my motivation and basically strive for something. Doing things later. If Love on the Wheel is to be entangled with reality, this felt like being disengaged with it. There were things that I really wanted to accomplish, yet it felt natural to act on them later, whatever that meant. Like everything was put on hold or pause, and there was a ceiling or barrier between me and my potential life experiences/events. Let me know if that resonates. Reflecting on it now, it occurs to me that the traditional approach kinda aims to separate magic from life, as if making people want to not conquer but retreat, which, as we know from the own fortune, is not the way of the healthy Westerner/modern person, nor apparently that of the crowned and conquering child. Let me know if you agree. Disconnect. This ended with adopting the opponent model, which revealed LBRP's primary purpose in my practice. Disconnecting/detaching my aura from thought and spiritual forms whenever the situation calls for it. Is it a few times a week? Definitely. Is it every day? Almost definitely no. Examples include feeling overwhelmed, waking up in the middle of the night with racing thoughts, having disturbing dreams, or wanting to detach from previous workings. Besides game-changing, such an approach opened my eyes to the obvious. LBRP is general. It disconnects your aura from whatever is there, which may or may not be Earth-related. It may or may not be a bad thing. Done strategically, it is essential. Done excessively, it can create a distance between you and whatever you want. Taking action. Modern studies show that minimizing the time between not taking action and actually going about it creates an enormous difference for achieving anything. And this goes hand in hand with the old saying that what is already started is halfway done and usually completed. Emptiness. Consider poverty in general. It's the opposite of abundance, a form of emptiness and even a vacuum which excess banishings tend to create, especially for introverts, who are many practitioners apparently. Now, think of the typical person obsessing over LBRP. Are they really driven and ambitious? What kind of practical skills do they have in real life? Do they take daily action to achieve their dreams, having reliable routines? How about their physiques and health? And do they actually advance their practice beyond LBRP and the middle pillar, or mostly read? LBRP cannot make you broke, but the absence of burning desire to conquer yourself and your situation definitely can. Vision boards. Something helping many New Agers succeed is creating thought forms that they feed through mindfulness and visualization. Now, This doesn't do much unless you actually take action, yet it is better than excessively clearing your mind from all that you want. Imagine how far you'll get with a permanently blank or empty vision board and share your reflections. Speaking of action, according to some, LBRP aligns you with the divine's passive aspects, whereas LRP with its active ones. And since accomplishing anything demands action, you determine how beneficial extensive usage of the first is, especially for not so initiative people who happen to be manual cultists. Also, feel free to share your empirical results. Emphasizing LBRP. On the contrary, someone who's all over the place and permanently distracted can benefit from such periods. Then, LBRP can help to remove themselves from their own way and bring some clarity. Yet, I'd much rather discuss this in a separate video, as micro and macrocosm are always linked. Conclusion. LBRP does not make people broke. Abusing it can interfere with one's determination and drive to set goals and take action, as well as their motivation to adopt helpful techniques and make progress basically. Sustained for longer, the mentioned can have repercussions, and this includes diminishing one's ability to realize their potential in life and magic, which should not be separated. But that's just my opinion. Feel free to share yours, and thank you for your time.